Celestial Rising, Divine Afternoon, and Grand Night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's your Divine Reflection, Divine Messenger. And we are back with another Celestial Divine Observation. Included with a soulful message. And understand, if you choose to and you enjoy these types of videos, these story times, just authenticity in a nutshell, make sure you decide to like, comment, and subscribe for more divine messages. And honestly, I appreciate the people who constantly are supporting and commenting, and you're subscribed to like my Patreon, you know, especially if you bought some of my clothes, I appreciate you. If you support me on Instagram or TikTok, I appreciate you. If you watch all my videos, I appreciate you. It's just that simple. I really appreciate you because you don't have to do these things. I just got off of work literally like 2 minutes ago, and this is my third take because I had to, the first time I didn't like the intro, the second time I forgot to clock out. So yeah, now I'm clocking back into my actual job, which is not really a job but my passion, which is making videos literally, or documenting my thoughts out loud of what I go through. Today's a story time with a 6-year-old girl named Juniper, who, and the thing is too with Juniper, you know, as far as, now that's the thing too, I'm about to go into a rabbit hole because with this girl at my job, by the way, because I know how some people get, but just know at my job, so I can't show you obviously what's on my shirt because, you know, I can actually get, you know, fired for that, which I wouldn't really care because like it is what it is. But it's the shirt I gotta wear, not every day, but now of course if you know where I work, you can know what the logo is on the front. I can't show you, but that's the back of the shirt. So just 45 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes ago, I had a conversation with this 6-year-old named Juniper, and she's a very sweet girl. She's basically carbon just like me. She calls her skin brown, which I do agree. Like, you're not black, but you are brown. You're a carbonated deity or a carbonated projection, 9 ether. So they're playing Roblox, and you know this is going to go with that. I had to make a video breakdown on gematria with Roblox because Roblox is deceiving the youth and a lot of consumers who don't know themselves through a 2-dimensional screen or a computer. I'm looking because I have to observe the kids, obviously, and the thing is too, you can't work with kids if you don't have a background check, so y'all don't gotta worry about nothing. But these are like my little sisters and little brothers, so I'll guard them with my life. I'll take a bullet for these kids. The one thing that hurt me was I'm looking at her screen. She's playing Roblox with some of the kids or whatever. It was like, at the time, 7 or 6 kids left that had to go home. And as we're in this scenario, so like there's 3 tables lined up. There are 3 white tables lined up with 4 chairs. So 2 on this side, 2 on that side. I have this gaming chair that I sit in towards the end of her 3rd table in this gaming room that's in my job. So the PCs are aligned behind me, but the kids are playing on tablets and laptops right here next to me. As I'm looking at her screen, I happened to observe an Asian character on Roblox. So I was like, Juniper, you're not about to get in front of me. Get the hell out of here. So I was like, Juniper, is that an Asian girl? And she was like, yeah. And I was just like, okay, what made you want to be Asian? She says, I don't like my skin color. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And the thing is too, I was bamboozled because that's the first time I actually heard that from a 6-year-old. It got so bad, I had to make a second teaching on this story time because I had to do some deep research on Roblox. Like I've been watching this stuff for a summer till now. What I noticed is Roblox is giving a false illusion of not only gender identity, gender inversion, color variations, of like deceptions, and then, god damn, bro. And I also realized that a lot of these beings who play Roblox, they can't even see the symbolism in the game. And a lot of these games that they play, for example, there's a game called Heaven and Hell, and the Roblox characters, they go into like this realm. There's a deity portraying to be God. Now this God is white. So in this game, the kids will either go like basically the game chooses a choice for them. A lot of them either get sent to heaven or hell. They can't choose heaven or hell. What I realized too, the entity that's portraying to be God, there are different characters or people in this world or AI programs who pay for that position to be God in that game. So the people who don't have money or Robux or V-Bucks or VC like Fortnite and 2K, if you don't pay for that add-on, you are basically, you are the, what's the word? You are one of those characters who have like the generic skin, generic hairstyle, and you have to fall in line. But the beings who pay like over $100 or $50 just to get in positions in the game, those are like the overseers for that game. And so I seen like the characters in the game, they're begging for mercy over sins that don't even exist. What I realized too is that not a lot of people in that game are their character in real life. As I'm talking to her today, she was playing some, I think it's like Berry Avenue. So it's like a role-playing simulation, so where you can be like, so they have like identities in this game, so it can be four of them. One person could be the mom, the dad, the brother and the sister, son and daughter, whatever the case may be. And they actually believe that illusion. Now the thing is too, I don't get mad at that. I don't even, care for that, because I understand it's like that's your mindset within the game. I fuck with it, because it's like y'all are role playing and it's like you're just playing house as you would when you get older. I respect it. Now, when I was observing her skin color in the game, I said, why do you want to be Asian? She said, because their skin color is prettier. Now, of course, as I'm asking her, her soul is becoming uncomfortable with the questions because she never had anybody question her thoughts before. So now she feels seen. Like, imagine a little girl, like I'm looking at her eyes. She's so focused on Roblox, she's talking to me, getting her thoughts out. And then as I look at her, she kind of like shrinks. She's like, I'm like, no, it's okay, it's good. Like, I just want to know, because I'm actually concerned. Like, how can you think like that at 6 years old? She kept saying the either pale costume or the avatar of Caucasians, she said their skin color looks prettier than hers. I was like, you don't say. Now I'm asking her more questions. I'm like, what about their hair? And she was like, I want my hair to be like theirs because I like how smooth it is. Excuse me. When I heard that, I was like, so you don't think your hair looks good at all? She was like, no. I said, so you don't think your skin looks good at all? She said, no, I don't like it. She said, I wish I was white. And when I heard that, I didn't even know like what to say. And what made it even worse, the other kids were being nosy, because whenever I have conversations with a certain child for a long period of time, other kids get jealous. And the thing is too, I understand that, because a lot of them want my attention 24/7. Like, I constantly hear my name more than maybe 100 times a day. And it's just, and the thing is too, they call my name to say or tell me or ask me things that aren't really important to the branch of the company I work for, but they're asking for outside validation, outside of their own perception that goes beyond what they were taught in school, through their family, etc. So I'm just asking her questions like, so you don't like your hair or anything like that? Now the other two girls in this story or my movie, they heard her say this and then they were ganging up on her. They were like, what? You don't like your skin color? This and that, talking about some. Now one girl named Ilani, she was very upset because she's like, do you know what they did? Like, to us and to themselves, etc. Because of course, I mean, I put them on game with a lot of stuff, by the way. Now the thing is too, I don't get them a whole history lesson, but when they ask me questions, I will not hold my tongue. That's why I don't fear getting fired. It's been so bad with my honesty that many parents are afraid to confront me about my opinion. That's open-minded. And then the kids stop coming to the program because I have an open-minded perspective on their closed-minded practices of occultism. And so now the thing is too, she was almost about to cry when they were ganging up on her. I was just like, nah, Juniper, you're good. It's okay. It's okay. What I realized is though, in Roblox, the transhumanism, AI, hybrid, gender inversion pushing narrative is also in the video games and in the cartoons. Shout out to the trans investigators that, do the work along with me behind closed doors, because I mean, to this day, this whole topic is still so confusing to me. But I would say though, outside the face overlay, I also noticed something too. I learned something new. So it's called a clavicle. So this clavicle right here, my phone's driving, y'all. Actually, I'm actually headed to practice too for AAU. So we always working, right? But this clavicle right here that you see, I noticed that if it's a V shape, that means that that's a woman being a man. But now most women, if you see their clavicle, so like this, pause. But you see how mine is like, it's just like this, it's just straight. Most women have that exact same thing. That's how you're able to tell that that's a man. So if the face overlay does not work, the forehead, the skull, all of that, like, so the pictures that I have with most people with their face overlay and all that, with the little skull and the triangle, that is not always accurate. And I understand that since I was first taught it. That's why I look at, and the thing is too, don't make it weird, but I look at their gait. And the thing is too, the gait is their walk. And I look at their posture, I look at their mannerisms, their actions, their hands, their forehead as well. The forehead really gets me every time, because I noticed that, for one, as a man, so like your forehead shouldn't be super wide. It shouldn't be super wide. So it's like a brow line or something like that I was taught recently as well. I'm still learning, by the way, so forgive me. But I learned that the brow or the brow ridge should not be wide, nor should a boy have. Now, of course, there are some indications and some implications with birth, but a lot of the boys, most of them have women foreheads. But then when I see the little girls, most of them have either girl foreheads or they have little boy foreheads. And the thing is, too, you'll be like, well, how would you know? I know because from what I was taught with my own research as well. And the thing is, too, somebody can say, how do you know this information? What is your source? Because you're just telling us right now, but you're not showing us. Exactly. That's exactly why I'm showing you through your perception on what I learned behind closed doors. And the thing is, too, actual transgenders, and then including one biological woman, but actual transgenders are doing forensics on not just celebrities, but political figures, leaders, false leaders, false prophets, demonic programs. Like, these transgenders, they know their kind. No offense to them. Not trying to push on a category, but these beings categorize other people and other conscious beings to be unawakened into their experimental fallacy, as if they think that their gender is actually their reality. That's exactly why it's so confusing, to the point to where consciously, spiritually, I already understand that I will never be able to fathom this concept ever. I basically had to be okay with that. This is the one topic in my whole entire, and the thing is too, I love to admit it, this is the one topic in my whole entire existence I may not be able to ever comprehend this shit. And the thing is too, no matter how hard I try, no matter how much proof I give y'all, we will never know. We will never know, because for one, I was not there with these children when they were born. But as I'm hearing Juniper talk like this, she felt so bad, she changed her character from Asian to white. She wanted it to be brown skin. But I said, no, Juniper, don't change your skin color in the game because we're asking you about your skin color. No. Be true to yourself. She told me, I wish I was white. She even admitted that her hair was ugly. I was like, if only you knew how beautiful you always are. As a young woman, I see these people, I respect them as men and women. Now, of course, their history with the inversion, I can't control that. And the thing is too, I'm so loving that here's my thing. Like I always say, and the thing is too, I say it because I mean this shit. Just because you're inverted, and the thing is too, energy never lies. I see them all around me now. It's like I have basically opened up my mind to dimensions, to the point to where all these dimensions that I'm observing, they can't even tell me what they're observing, because they're watching the same exact lie that they have a belief system in. Because these realms have been programmed and depicted into being programmed by propaganda that is psychologically programming our children through a pixelated virtual reality. We got all these kids in this world who are playing this game, even adults as well. People are getting on Roblox, and it's like, the thing is too, you can be your own character all you want, but it's like they're doing things in the game that they would never say or do in real life. So it's like you don't even know yourself in real life, and it starts at a young age. Clearly, that's why I'm sharing this with y'all, because this shit has not just started at this time period, etc. No, like, this shit has been happening since the beginning of time. And look, look. You are not going to cut in front of me. I kid you not. No, I'm sorry. I hate people do that shit. No, you're not cutting in front of me. So anyways, now, what I realize is that, yeah, that's how you drop your nuts on people and shit. Look at this motherfucker. But anyways, as that's happening, you know, she had to go and all that, had to go home, but it was just crazy and mind-boggling, because I'm just like, she wanted her hair to be like silky smooth. Like, she basically admitted that she wants to buy a weave. And the thing is too, she a type of girl to where she wears lip gloss around and stuff like that. And the thing is too, you're not my child, so I can't tell you what to do. But the thing is though, I just ask why. At 6 years old, how do you have the perception to even put that on? And the thing is too, what's the reason? Now, the thing is too, what I notice about these kids, and I had to stop it dead in the water when I hear it. They talk about who they like, their crushes, all of that. Just like same exact way how we were when I was, well, I'll just say for me, I can't speak for y'all, but for me, when I was young, I had the same exact conversations about girls that I liked and then girls that liked me, etc. The whole entire time though, I didn't know that a lot of girls that like me or whatever that I was talking to, even the guys I was talking to when I was their age, I didn't know that they were inverted at that time period either. So now as I'm growing up, I basically cannot deny beings that were inverted at birth. I can't sit here and just close my eyes to it anymore. It's happening right in front of my face. And it's so deceiving that when I seen her, when I drop her off, it's like I have like the tablet and it has like their names. I just press the thing, I tap on checkout, and then I hit okay, I sign out, boom, then out the system. So yeah, out the system, right? So I take them to, she actually has, I think that's her aunt or her, all I know is I just see two women. Now it could be her mom, her sister, I don't know. But every time I drop her off, I just see two women in the driver's seat and the passenger seat. I haven't seen a father figure yet. Now, like I said, I don't know. I'm not trying to get into anybody's business, but the thing is though, from what I see, energy never lies. And she's so sweet. And the thing is too though, she's into music and singing and dancing. But the way she dances, she literally dances like a GTA stripper. I'm not trying to be funny either. Like when this little girl dances, I really feel as if somebody in her household is showing her a whole different realm, and then she brings it to the job that I'm working for temporarily. Now I say temporarily because I see myself doing this full time, honestly. That's why I'm doing this shit as I'm going to practice right now, because I can't be stopped. But yeah, it's like she dances like a GTA stripper. Like literally, like unconscious, like she'll be, I'd be like, Juniper, what are you doing? And the thing is too, I laugh with her, smile with her and all that, but I genuinely want to know, why are you doing that? Why? And the thing is too, why are you dancing like that? Not only that, y'all remember there was like, I think 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 4, but there was a girl that she got her ass whooped because I helped her with her homework. This same girl, I realized as well that she could have been born a man or a boy. And I realized as well that she sags her pants a lot. If she wears a skirt, she's wearing a skirt for the boys to see what, yeah. And it got so bad that when I told her, like, pull your skirt down, she looking at me like I said something wrong. I was like, Bella, your skirt is way too short, sweetheart, literally. And she was like, well, my mom said that it's okay for me to wear it. And I was like, I seen your mom, so it makes sense. No offense to her mother, by the way. But every time I see her, all she can do is just look at me because like, I know this, like, this shit is so deceitful, bruh. I know now. And it's sad that I don't want to know anymore. But it's hard because my spirit tells me, observation, divinity, you know what they are, but still love them for what they aren't. That's how fucked up my subconscious mind is every day. I know what they are, but spiritually, I don't care what they are. That's the thing. I know what they are, but I don't care what they are because I love them for what they never were. These are my lower mirages. These beings have no indication on what the fuck is going on. I cannot fault them for what their parents could have controlled or they could not control, because sometimes in these hospitals, these grays will take these children, they will traffic them, or they will take the baby to the room, switch that baby out with the baby that you conceived and brought into the world. They will take your baby, switch it out with a different artificial program baby, and then that baby will be your new child, and you would think as if that's your baby getting a shot, getting checked, all of that. No, they are literally in those back rooms switching out, or they'll do it during the pregnancy or during the surrogate woman going through that whole process, etc. But there's so many ways that we could never fathom this shit behind closed doors at all whatsoever. We just can't. It gets so bad that also Yaki Awakened, I have a video on him. I got his gematria, his face overlay, his posture, his walk, and symbolism in one of his recent posts. He's also an invert, and I'm going to expose him as well for lying through the herbalistic industry. If you get mad about that video, I don't even give a fuck. I don't even care. All false leaders will be exposed. I'm gonna leave it at that. And DDG will be exposed as well. Now, the one thing that hurt me was just hearing, like, I pointed at my skin, but then I was just like, no, let me point to her skin. I said, so before she left, I was like, Juniper, so you telling me your skin color not pretty to you? And she was like, no, I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I was like, all right. And that right there is exactly why. And the one thing too that still bothers me in this group chat that I'm in, I ain't gonna say what it is, but the beings that are in the same group chat as I'm in, you know what I'm talking about. This past weekend, when people were asking me, like, are you a biological male? Are you inverted? I showed them my proof, etc., so that I can be trusted. But I don't care to be trusted by a bunch of inverted minds. So this one being said, why does this shit matter? Like, why is this the main focus? I was like, nigga, we have a bunch of kids who are looking up to Baphomet worshiping, not only just pushing, but worshiping, Luciferian praising, deconstructed, inverted chakra systems or gateways that are played by beings that want to be like little girls and little boys in their own fantasy. This shit is important because we have children that are being sacrificed because their parents did not want to accept their natural biological gender that never had its own identity. People are trying to identify themselves with a gender on everything I love. Gender does not exist to the almighty creator. I hope y'all know that shit. The creator would never say, great job, my son, great job, my child, or great job, my daughter. Would never say that because you are literally divine masculine and feminine combined together. Not only that, through transparency, you are an observation. You can't identify an observation with your unconscious ignorance that you're talking about. It makes no sense because consciously, we would never be talking in those higher realms. But now, if God was a gender, it would be both a divine masculine and divine feminine combined together. Androgynous. So we all literally are androgynous anyways. Literally, we all been experimented on. But here's the kicker though. Not everybody is a biological male or woman because at birth, somehow, some way, these grays, these Nephilim, these principalities, whatever they did to become skinwalkers in a gray's anatomy, They did something in utero or in the womb. They cut off something, circumcision. They did something behind closed doors. I don't know. All I do know is, though, before the child is born, these doctors, these people in these hospitals, they know how to switch our birth before we're even conceived into this dimension. Now, if the mother is in this hospital unconscious to the whole thing, that's a problem. If the mother is conscious and allowing this, that's a problem. That's literally the problem with this whole entire topic anyways. It's the fact that there are a bunch of adults out here who are allowing their children to be confused about their not only their gender, but their unconsciousness. For example, thank the Almighty for me being authentically a biological male. If I was inverted at birth, what I would do, if I had the same exact mindset, but I was inverted, what I would do is I would show the world my story. Free game, by the way. Because some of y'all, I expose y'all because you're lying. I despise liars. Why? I was prominent for lying at their age. When I was 6'5", 7, 8, 9, I used to lie just like them. That's why I despise when they lie to me dead in my face. Even adults, people who are younger than me or older than me, I will look people in the eyes or I will text them. Niggas will still lie to me, bro. And the thing is, too, you may be like, I never lied to Divine, so he's talking about me. I'm talking about you, too, bitch. I've been lied to by so many people so far, bro. Like, I literally can't trust a fucking soul. I can't. But I love you no matter what. I'm so tired of people to the point to where I can't even fall asleep no more. Because I got to send the message out. This shit is so deceiving, bro. I can't even... Throwing up means nothing no more. It's just that disgusting. Like, I am disgusted with how parents are treating their children. Because they were treated like that at a young age. These people, these parents, these two mother households, these two father households, these beings are adopting children and trafficking them and switching their gender so that they can get paid for eternity. So that they can become famous, they can be included into societies with secrets, they can have all these different enlightenments for their bearing. And that's what keeps their bearing unconscious. These are a bunch of Luciferian, idol-worshipping pushers that promote transhumanism. They want everybody to literally turn out to be gay. If you're not gay, you cannot make it in those higher realms or those higher orders. That's exactly why when people ask me, bro, you know, you got all these flaws and all that, you know, how come you still haven't grown? Because, my nigga, look at how authentic I've been. By me being a biological male, I would never be accepted into those realms because I'm too masculine for them. That's what will put them into submission. All these grown men that think that they're grown men are actually women. And what I noticed too with these children in my job, their hairlines. There's a child right now in my job. He's the brother of the girl named Milani. They're twins, well, fraternal twins. His hairline is actually receding. It's so bad that when he gets a haircut, that's the only time his hairline connects. As 3 or 4 days go by, his hairline literally it's so, not to make fun of him, and actually I'm not, so I'm not even worried about that, but not to talk about him because I love him like he's my brother. And the thing is too, he gave me a great compliment today. He was like, Mr. Darius, you know, you're really cool. You're a cool person. Like, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like, I like the way you think. I was just like, bro, I appreciate that, Keon. Like, thank you, bro. Like, I appreciate him, man. And he's so, like, curious to know my thoughts. And he's always next to me. Like, I could be chilling, doing something. Like, I could be writing in my journal. Next thing I know, I look up, this nigga trying to ask me a question right in front of my face. I'm not mad about it or anything like that. He's either telling on somebody or he's asking me a question to hear my thoughts. When I get my answer, that's when all the kids turn around and then they listen to our conversation. It's honestly flattering to me, but it gets weird after a certain point because all of them are just staring and like they're. What I noticed too, when they stare at me, they do it for so long that somebody has to say, dang, why do you keep staring at Mr. Darius? And I'll just be like, yeah, I don't know. But then I always have to say to them too, can I have my face back? I say that every single day. Can I have my face back? And then they'll be like, I'm sorry, Mr. Darius. I just what? And they'll never tell me. What I noticed was a lot of these kids, a lot of these teenagers, these adults, people who watch me, that's not always the case, but majority of the time, most of them follow me and watch me because they are stealing my identity. And I was told that by somebody in my Bible study. The trans investigators, so like actual transgenders, were telling me, this biological woman who also does the trans investigation work for me as well herself. I've been told by so many people, I can't deny it no more. I'm not mad about it or anything like that, but just know I see you for what you are. Like, there are people who willingly go to my followers list and say, hey, Darius or Divine, this is a person that's inverted at birth, they're transgender, watch out for them. I'd be like, and the thing is too, I say, how do you know? I need more proof. They're like, okay, next thing I know, when I'm doing something, notifications pop up, what do I see? All the proof that I need over somebody watching my video who is inverted, pretending to be a boy or a girl. I can't make this shit up. That's exactly why I noticed too that many of y'all don't have your face in your account or your profile picture because you're hiding something from the world. Not only that, I noticed that a lot of y'all will use hoodies, headgear, do-rags, hats, and you'll have a certain hairstyle to block off your forehead. The camera angles y'all use camera angles like down here, so the phone be down here and y'all be looking like this on the phone. Deceiving angles. Your posture, a lot of y'all don't post your posture because the way you stand shows if you have space between your legs or if you have a close width for the depth of your legs or the expansion of your legs. Honestly, Juniper, whenever you get older, just know I love your consciousness for what it always was outside this realm. To anybody out there who does not like their skin color, their hairstyle, their facial features, their ego, their identity, I love you. I don't care what you've been experimented for or on, or your karma into you being inverted into this realm. At the end of the day, what I would do is all right, y'all, my bad. I had to clear some storage from CapCut and all that, but I'm about to be at practice, and I just want to conclude this video off because I guess I'm talking too much from my phone, which is why I need to have like 4 iPhones in my possession so that this shit don't happen. That's why we got to keep on working. But anyways, to conclude this off before I go into practice, because my phone kept cutting off, but I would basically, once again, if I was transgender, I would let people see these beings that are manipulating them for what they are. I would show them how they're manipulating you through social media, their followers, what they wear, how they talk, their neck, the costumes that they wear through the avatar, their possession of consciousness, their ego's unconsciousness, how they use words and wordplay to manipulate you and persuade you to believe their ideologies, how they use sorcery and witchcraft and Wicca and demonology. They use different occultic practices to, once again, blind you from their truth. Say you believe that they're actually telling the truth, but the whole entire time, their truth is inverted from the get-go. And that's exactly why many people aren't aware of why these beings do this shit. Exactly why their idol worship is the Baphomet, because that is their depiction of what God is, because that God would be a hermaphrodite. It's an invert. It's an idol worship of a stature of Luciferians, or a Luciferian's ideology for its perception. Which is why when you talk about this stuff like that, the beings who have been inverted at birth will get offended, or they'll get mad, or they'll stay quiet, because now people realize that I know who majority of people are that watch me and subscribe to me. And the thing is too, my trans investigator said, Divine, majority of your followers, it's like she said it's bizarre for her to find a biological man or woman in my followers list. I said, so wait a minute. You're telling me majority of my followers, majority of the people that I work with at my job, family, politicians, leaders, all of that, are basically inverted. And she was like, yes. Yes. It's literally a common practice. That's exactly why their religion is hidden for a reason. And when you speak up on it, they will mock you and judge you and slander you for speaking up on their delusion. Have a great, wonderful day, Divine Reflection.